All right, back with midfielder Haley McCutcheon. Haley, just initial thoughts of tonight's result.
Yeah, I think we definitely earned that result. I think that we defended so well. I think that we managed the momentum of the game, and in the end, got 2 gritty goals out of it. So really, really happy.
All right, awesome.
Haley, I feel like I've asked you this at the beginning of last year too. Just coming up in clutch moments for you, almost kind of carbon copy goals in the first and second, just scrums in the middle. Just kind of walk me through what you saw on your 2 goals.
Yeah, first one, we put Barbara out wide to isolate her and get her in crossing positions, and she did amazing to serve that ball in. Some were challenges, and I'm just right place, right time. Thank goodness I was onside because I would have lost it if they called it off again. But yeah, just trying to be opportunistic in the box. And then the second goal, great service from Marty. Hannah keeps it alive. Again, so gritty, bodies flying everywhere, and just tap it in.
Were you excited to be able to celebrate the second goal? Like, the first goal was kind of like you weren't 100% sure, but the second goal, it felt like you were a little bit more sure that it was going to count.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, stoppage time goal, always exciting. The crowd was behind us, and it was just so nice to put on a performance for them tonight.
Brent?
It felt like even in the first half, the ball was just finding you, right? You had some opportunities in the first half, and then yes, the game kind of settled on. It's kind of one of those games as a player you think about, man, the ball just keeps finding me. I just got to continue to. What was your mindset? As obviously the first half opportunities kind of they were just close, and then all of a sudden the second time you continue to have that perseverance. Walk me through the mental state of as you go from first half to second half.
Yeah, definitely trying not to get too frustrated. Trying to do my part, trusting my teammates that the ball's going to get there. And, I felt it in the first half. I was getting free. I was, playing off of people's shoulders and finding the ball. And I just knew that if we kept pushing, we were going to get one. And so glad we did.
Obviously, the goal for Angel City was an impressive shot, but otherwise keeping them, that was the only shot on target. Can you talk about the team's defensive performance tonight and the growth over the last couple weeks?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't say enough. I feel like we showed it on the road these last 2 games, getting 2 shutouts. That was huge for us. And then I felt like tonight we just put it all together with our press. I felt that we, were courageous and brave to, try to put them under pressure, and we just deal with it. If they break it down, we deal with it. And I thought that Mason Hoffa did amazing tonight. Our fullbacks were just class, and we dealt with it. And that's what we've been talking about a lot is just, I said manage the momentum, but also like we weather the storm, we bend, we don't break. So yeah, it's a group effort, and I'm so proud.
Dan?
Yeah, so this was the first time this season that you've had the same lineup back to back. How did that consistency help?
Yeah, I think having some chemistry is always helpful. I think that we talked about being a little bit braver on the ball and the build out and not always looking in behind for Barbara because we had 2 opponents that were really defending that space in behind. So how can we just connect and be braver on the ball and know each other's strengths. So Soleil, she's a young rookie, but she's got amazing pace. She can keep the ball. She can turn players. And so just trying to find her moments and get people in positions that they feel confident. And again, just defensively, it helps to be able to get that communication and trust that people are going to do their jobs.
Goal line to Luis.
Hi, Haley, congrats on your brace and the win. Angel City came in to Orlando in good form. What specific tactical directives did the coaching staff emphasize at halftime that paid off probably in this match? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing in transition, so dangerous, and I think that we really wanted to continue to mitigate that. They did have some moments in the second half where, we need to be a little bit more savvy. We need to be a little bit more organized. But that was huge. And then, as I mentioned, about halfway through the second half, we made some tactical changes, personnel, putting Barbara out wide, putting Marta at the 9 to be able to get her on the ball to feet. And I think that, as that team is fatiguing, we just keep getting stronger. And so, yeah, we just kept pushing and kept believing, and it definitely paid off.
Awesome.
Haley, you kind of mentioned the pressing action from this team. Just it created a lot of problems for Angel City, created a lot of chances for you guys. Just what was kind of the mentality and the preparation in terms of the press tonight, and just as you said, just creating those chances from the press, but then needing to capitalize on those.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you have to know your opponent and you show them respect, but at the same time, if they can't find their super fast 9 and behind because our press is so good, then great. And I think that, knowing their center backs, knowing what foot they're dominant on, trying to take that away, things like that, just baiting them into areas we want them to go. So I think that that's where we will focus as we progress as a team, and trying to punish teams in more ways than one. But that was a big focus, yeah.
It kind of looked like you were disrupting their attack when you were asked to kind of press a little bit higher than you normally do. I think a couple matches ago you kind of played up and behind. Talk about how you, as a kind of a box-to-box disruptor defender, how you're kind of steering the team, because I've noticed sometimes during the game that you are actually directing Washington out to the side, trying to make sure that they're organized, because you're almost funneling it to making sure they're trapped. Walk me through kind of like how you're doing that with this, especially with those young players.
Yeah, I think Angel City presented some difficult moments, trying to overload the wide space, and so just being able to help Soleil when she can go, when she can drop. When a player is dribbling and they're right foot dominant, we take that away. When we're all across, to be able to bait that short pass, and if we can intercept or force it long. So just all of those things. And again, it's trusting the people behind me, the communication behind me, but what I see and how we can be as aggressive as possible. Barbara did a great job too of, trying to cut the field in half. That's a big focus for us, and I think that it's hard work, but it pays off. And so that's usually what I'm doing out there.